Hello everyone! This video is the first episode of The Science of Gaming, a show that I really want to produce weekly on my future second channel. The premise is really simple. You ask a question about the science, mathematics, or lore behind a certain gaming element, and I'll answer it after doing a lot of research on that subject. For example, does Mario really have a super form like he does in all the Flash games in the Flash videos? How fast in-game has Sonic been able to run? Or even who is the most powerful character in video game history? I can even solve some versus matches if you want me to. So consider this a taste of what is to come. Let me know what you think. And if you've ever wondered about the science of some strange thing in a game, drop a comment. I'll look into it. Mario has it made. I mean, look at all that money. He's rolling in it. He goes on at least one adventure a week and comes back home with thousands of coins each time. He must be a multi-billionaire. Or is he? Well, okay, actually he is, but how much real money one of these little buggers would be worth in real life might still surprise you. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Science of Gaming. The question of the week is, how much is a gold coin actually worth in real life? Well, this question was both easy to figure out, but also very difficult. So let me show you what I've got. Okay, so ever since currency in video games started, or at least sometime around that, people have generally wondered how to translate in-game currency into real-life currency. How much will those ship upgrades and mushrooms or blaster cannons be in real life? What does one Poco, one gold coin, or even a rupee translate to? Well, a lot of people have tried to figure this out, but the answers have always been less than satisfactory. Well, is this the answer? You'll have to judge that for yourself at the end of the video. So how do we go about figuring this out? Well, the first thing that we'll need is an equation, a mathematical formula that we can use to fill in the blanks in order to perfectly translate any in-game currency into any real-life currency. That, surprisingly, was probably the easiest part of all the research that I did of this video. Behold the coin formula, which states that C equals R divided by G, where C stands for coin, a single unit of in-game currency, R stands for real, or the price of a certain object in real life, and G stands for game, the price of the same object in the game. The beauty of this mathematical formula is that it can be easily altered and added onto as the math and the science demands. So, for an example, the Regal Ring in The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass is worth 1,500 rupees, and a very similar ring I found online costs a mere $189. Entering those two into the coin formula shows that the value of a single rupee is 7.6 cents. But the formula is hardly infallible, because different economies are triggered by different means of gaining money, spending money, investing money, using money, and different worths of different objects, or even the same object under certain conditions. Easily the biggest contender here that poses such a challenge to us with the gaming community would be supply and demand, which is really just a simple way of saying that the less of something there is, the more it's going to be worth. And since we have no idea, honestly, how much of something that there generally is in this world compared to ours, this creates a huge problem when we're trying to solve simple equations. For example, while a ring like the one I just talked about would only be worth $189 here, because it's easy to make and made of fairly common materials, and is also really small, there, the buyer directly states that it's extremely rare and wonders, have you ever found one? It may have even been worn by an ancient king, hence the name Regal Ring. So the point is, the same items can have vastly different values in different worlds. So for this equation to function properly, we need an item that not only exists in both worlds, but is of equal value to both communities. Now the simplest item here that is generally accepted throughout all communities the exact same way is gemstones. Because of the way they're forged, it's very difficult to have a world where they are not almost equally rare and useful. Totally possible, but like I said, difficult. even in the magical land of the Mushroom Kingdom, with lots of lava worlds that could be helpful in forging such gems, they are still extremely rare and only appear in a few games, likely due to all the gold flushing them out and striking them into oblivion, and also they seem to be in demand for those magic staves that the Koopalings use. Searching through the games until I found all the ones with such gems took a while and only made a small list, mostly comprised of the Wario games and Luigi's Mansion games. We'll be talking about the Luigi's Mansion games in this video, because the Wario games can't be directly counted. Not only is Wario kind of an idiot and a hoarder, and he hoards all the gems around here, so any of the gems that he has are easily worth more in one kingdom than they are in another, perfectly crafted by expert craftsmen, but they're also extremely rare, and most of them are exclusive to the Mushroom Kingdom. Even ones that look totally like ones in our world are directly stated there to be totally different. So for the Luigi's Mansion games, there are gems aplenty, but the pricing for each of these gems is very difficult to judge due to the incredible size and odd shape of the gems. While it's normal for cartoons and video games to have a shape like this, real-life gems with this shape are surprisingly rare, and all they do is make it much harder to tell the value of the gem in general, because it becomes much more difficult to determine the amount of carats that the gem has. Now, pearls you might think would be better, but the worth of a pearl typically depends on physical qualities that include weight, feel, and what part of the ocean the pearl came from. So judging the worth of one of those would be even harder. So what gave me my answer was none of those. But luckily, the game did have one saving grace: the Golden Diamond. Now naturally, Golden Diamonds do exist, but they're incredibly rare, which apparently also applies to the Mario universe, as they're only really ever seen in Luigi's Mansion games. There are only two in the first game, both of equal shape and size. In order to judge how many carats they hold, we'll have to compare them in size of something that has a fixed size that we know to be the exact same in our world. In this case, Luigi. Mario's height is officially recorded as 5'1", measuring from a life-size Mario statue that Nintendo of Japan released for a limited time. Comparing him to Luigi on the official height chart of Mario shows that Luigi is approximately 5'5", or about 165 centimeters. Comparing height with the Gold Diamond, it shows to be 5/12 of Luigi's height, or 68.75 centimeters. As the diamond is circular, this is the same size as the width across the diamond's largest point, and also its depth. Altogether, this diamond weighs in at an astounding 1,982,202.15 carats. And if you'll take a careful look at the diamond, you'll notice that it's perfectly clear without a scratch or a blemish, yet distinctly yellow. Diamond of this caliber in our world would be classified as a grade A light fancy yellow diamond, an extreme rarity. Diamonds like this typically increase in price per carat depending on how large the diamond is. The larger the jewel, the larger the price per carat. Obviously, a diamond as big as this has never been found in our world, but given an average increase estimate, we find that one of this size would be well over the 13,500 per carat mark. So lowballing it all the way down to that amount, the entire worth of the diamond is $26,729,729,025. Now, according to the game, it's worth about 20 million G, which you might assume means gold coins, but no. Actual gold coins are also found in the game as well, and are shown to be worth 5,000 G. This is where the adaptability of the equation comes into play. Instead of being C equals R divided by G, it turns quite simply to C equals R divided by 20 million divided by 5,000, which comes out to C equals R divided by 4,000 gold coins. So putting in the numbers for the R and solving the equation shows us that a single gold coin is worth $6,689,932.26. That's pretty ridiculously high though. I mean, the gold coin is the normal currency in the Mushroom Kingdom. Everyone carrying around that kind of money sounds pretty far-fetched. So let's just assume that the G really does win gold coin, and all the ones we found in the mansion were just really old or something. In that case, the equation becomes 133.7.98645.125 equals 267,597,290.25 divided by 200,000,000, making a single gold coin worth about $1,338. Still impressive, significantly less so, but still astronomically high for just pocket change. Or is it? Every item in the Mushroom Kingdom is magical. In our world, how much would we pay for a mushroom that would heal all wounds? Or a flower that gives you complete pyrokinetic properties? What about a watch that can stop time? Or even a brand new life, the ability to die and come back to life? Well, by our second lowballed estimate in the Mushroom Kingdom, according to Paper Mario, a super mushroom costs $2,675.97. A fire flower costs $5,351.95. A stopwatch costs $13,379.86. And a one-up mushroom, a chance at another life, costs a mere $133,798.65. And isn't that, honestly, a really cheap way to live? I mean, the government of America has donated millions to simply trying to find a single person with pyrokinetic abilities. Imagine if you could buy those abilities for just $5,000. Well, I'll tell you this, probably half the population would move to the Mushroom Kingdom. So, this equation does have flaws. They all will when dealing with something like this, but it's about as close as you're probably going to get. If you have a better system, I'll be more than happy to hear about it. I might even do a part 2 someday if it turns out to be good enough. Until then, leave me some questions. And this Game Theorist ripoff is out.